though, huh?
I feel pissed off because I don't do the cold well at all. So I get like 5, maybe 10 seconds of that water being cold. And you know, they say like do your breath work with it too. That's automatic because I'm just like, and I'm just pissed off and angry. And then I get out and I'm like, okay, I do feel good. It just sucked a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I like just turn on the water. Get in.
Well, I
try
just
to catch my breath.
I stand under the water and I gradually turn the hot water off just a little bit at a time, just to like acclimate. And then once it's like cold enough that I'm uncomfortable, just fucking rip it.
Gotta activate that vagus nerve, dude.
It's activating something.
It's brutal.
Yeah, I mean, if there was like an IRS agent right outside the shower when I was done, I would punch him in the face just to feel better.
What's weird is like especially now that it's been getting warmer, is I kind of look forward to it when especially like on days or nights, on our night shifts. I wake up and it's a little bit hot in my room. Mm-hmm. I feel a little bit sweaty from sleeping, and then I just go in there. It actually sounds nice, and then you get in, it's like, it fucking sucks.
Yeah, the people who do like the cold plunges every day, my hat's off to you.
Yeah.
That shit's rough.
Yeah.
I'm such a bitch. Anyway, doctor. We're going to freestyle it. We'll solve something along the way.
I'm sure of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't think of what it is that we're going to solve, but
that's the truest pursuit. Just let it free flow.
Yeah. I think maybe. So I was outside yesterday. We got those new planter boxes up there, and so we were replacing the old wooden ones for these metal ones, because those wooden ones just fucking fell apart over 3 years, 4 years, whatever long we've had them. But it was nice and warm yesterday, and it was sunny, and I got a little bit of a sunburn yesterday, and I think that I'm just like feeling extra cold today from it, because it's like 20 degrees cooler today than it was yesterday.
Man, the last few days have just been beautiful outside.
Yeah.
Unseasonably warm for March.
Yeah.
Man, it was nice.
It was nice. And so I was like, I'm going to go outside, do some yard work, get some rays, dude, listen to some conspiracy theories, and end up getting burnt like a dummy.
I know. I've been going on walks. There's a park just down the street from my house, and they have like a nice long track and no music or nothing. Just go on walks and collect your thoughts, and it's just like recharging my Kryptonian batteries.
Yeah.
Now I'm a little depleted because I don't think I left the house at all yesterday.
What was it? Oh, Sunday. Yeah. Yeah, it was super nice outside yesterday. That, and I think since I've dropped a whole person worth of fat off of my body, I just feel cold all the time now. It's weird. Like I haven't felt cold in like 10 years.
You know what's funny is the other day Jordan said that, you know, you'd look slimmed down, and it was funny he mentioned that because a day or two before that I was kind of scrolling through the TikTok channel and like looking at all the older videos and stuff like that. And I kind of compared like one of the older videos to one of the newer videos, and it's like, God, Spencer did a great job, man. Like,
still working. So my goal was initially I wanted to get down to 225, where I started at like, where I initially started, I was at like 342, and then lost some weight, and then started gaining some weight back. So I started again at like 323, and then I was trying to get down to 225, and I was trying to do it by my birthday, but I didn't make it quite. But I'm at like 236 right now, so I have like 10 pounds to go to my...
Fucking proud of you, bud.
Thank you, sir.
You've done good.
It's been... it actually hasn't been too bad.
Yeah.
Now that I kind of learned what my body likes and what like I want to eat and what I need to eat. It's been actually kind of, really, it's just like a daily thing of like telling myself, I'm just doing this now, you know.
Yeah. This is just the way it is.
It's not a diet. It's like a different way of thinking about food, and like,
yeah, it's having a healthy relationship with food is a lifestyle.
Yeah.
And it's like the past couple of weeks I've been pretty tight about my nutrition and getting back on my training regimen and everything. And it's just like in 2 weeks, I felt immensely better. And then just over this last weekend, I was like, you know what? Pizza does sound good. You know what? A little bit of hooch sounds good. But I didn't like overdo it, which was really nice. And then now that it's Monday and I got to behave again, it's like, shit. So instead of just like having a weekend off, it should just be like, no, instead of having a cheat day, have a cheat meal.
Yeah.
And I kind of look at it with the same perspective of the weekend. Like I can have a nice Saturday night, but the rest of the weekend, just stay on track.
Yeah.
So changing my perspective moving forward.
Yeah.
Man, it feels really nice when you stay focused.
You know what I've been doing? Because that was like a huge thing that I was like, I can't give up pizza, dude. Pizza's the best. Pizza is my go-to. I love to eat pizza. I've been making these little pizzadillas. Mm-hmm. You just get like a carb balanced tortilla. Make it like a quesadilla with mozzarella cheese, and then I put pepperonis on it. Mm-hmm. And then wait for that to heat up and get melty, and then I flip it over.
Toast those pepperonis.
Toast the pepperonis.
Get all that grease out.
And then flip it back over, and then put marinara sauce on it, and then just roll it up.
That fucks.
Yeah.
I used to make cauliflower crust pizzas.
Those are good.
If you can do it right, it's really good.
Yeah.
But I want to do it again, but instead of doing it the way I used to do it, I'm going to actually try putting them in a waffle maker.
Yeah?
Just really get all that moisture out. Because that's like the kicker. It's not the flavor.
The crispness of the crust.
Yeah, and it's like, because you got to cheesecloth the shit out of that to get all the water out. But it's like there's always just a little bit left. So maybe if I put it in the waffle maker, really just toast all that water out of it.
Yeah. It's either I think it's Costco. They have some cauliflower, like frozen pizzas that are actually really fucking good. That we've gotten quite a few times because I like to eat pizza.
Me too. I mean, I sprang for Papa Murphy's. And I ate the shit out of it.
Yeah.
And I regret nothing.
Yeah.
God damn, it was good.
Yeah, I'll have pizza here and there, but like now I'll eat like maybe 2 pieces and be like, holy fuck, I am stuffed.
Yeah, I think I ate like 3 the first night and I ate 2 more the next day.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, with my kind of goals right now I'm just trying to shed about 20 pounds and build a functionally strong body. And then I'm going to get into like a bigger kind of bulk and cut classic.
Yeah.
Just to see how it goes.
Yeah.
But I feel really like disciplined and motivated at the same time to get it done. So that's really helped.
Yeah. And I think that like a driving force was I had a goal of I wanted to do this. And so every day it was just like, okay, what am I doing today? What am I doing right now to get to that goal? Like almost like the manifestation thing. I'm manifesting what I want by taking the actions of what I need to do to get there. So it's like, I don't know. It didn't seem too hard. It was just...
Once it clicks that you really want to do it, it all just falls into place.
Yeah.
And the daily maintenance on a lot of those things is really the part that doesn't get valued enough. Like I was reading about Kaizen. You know what that is? Mm-mm. It's like a series of things that you could do to get better every day. And one of them is like keep a journal with however many questions that you need to ask yourself each and every day. And one of them for me is, what did I do to work toward achieving my goals today? And so my answer will usually be like, I stayed on my nutrition. I did my training this morning. I worked on X, Y, or Z or whatever. And something like that helps keep it into perspective of, I have this goal. What did I do today to do it? Okay, my next question is, what am I going to do tomorrow to keep working at it? And so keeping one eye on today and one eye on tomorrow really helps maintain that perspective of, this is my end goal. This is where I need to get. I work on it today. I work on it tomorrow. I'm going to work on it the next day. Helps a lot.
Nice. I like that. Of course, if I would do that, I'd be like, well, I'm going to relax today and then I'll work out tomorrow.
It's the perspective. It's saying, I need to take a rest day.
True. You do. You need to.
And then when you put it into that frame of mind, you say, okay, I'm not going to feel guilty about not working out today. My body does require rest.
Yeah.
Building muscle is tearing and healing your body, and you can't do it if you just keep tearing over and over.
Yeah.
But
that's a hard thing too, because I really enjoy going to the gym, and so it's like I enjoy a hard workout. And so like, today's my rest day, so I'm just going to go to the gym and walk on the treadmill, and that's it. Like,
yeah.
That's what I did today. I went there right before you came over. Had to come home and take a huge dump after.
Hot.
Yeah, it was hot. It was hot.
It was a steamer.
Also because I made a bunch of jalapeno poppers last night, and it was hot.
Fuck, that's what I need to make. I was thinking about that the other day. I haven't had a good jalapeno popper in a while.
I've got a bunch of them in the fridge.
I'm going to take you up on it.
Yeah. Pop them in the old air fryer for a minute. We were out here working on the yard, like talking about what we're going to put in these garden beds. And I was like, dude, we got to plant so last year we had one jalapeno plant. And like every 2 weeks I'd come out in here and I'd have like 10 nice jalapenos. And so I'd pull them off and bring them in. And usually I'd make poppers. I was like, dude, we should plant like at least 3 of those fucking plants, because I'm going to make the shit out of those fucking poppers. And so we went to the store last night and got like 20 jalapenos. Cut them all up and made poppers last night.
That's what's up, dude. A nice like sausage and cream cheese filling wrapped in bacon.
Yeah, I was lazy and just put cream cheese and cheese inside and wrapped them in bacon. Delicious.
That is the hardest part about nutrition, is cheese. Because it is still carnivore friendly, and it's like, it's not the worst thing for you, but it's not good for you either.
Has a lot of fat. I in my journey, cheese was a big part of my getting fat. And so it was like, I would eat cheese with it. I would just eat like pieces of cheese, or like those little Happy Cow.
Oh yeah.
Those little triangles. I would just I ate the shit out of those things.
That's the problem, man. It's cheese in and of itself, in the correct quantities, is a pretty good thing for you. But it's all the shit you eat with the cheese that's usually the problem.
Yeah.
It's like making a cheese ball. How many crackers do you have with that motherfucker, you know? How much sodium and how many carbs was that, you know?
Yeah, I would just take those things and spread it on like a green bell pepper. Good shit, dude. Good shit. Anyways, don't want to make this whole thing like fucking a food thing. I think maybe we're just hungry. We were talking about food and
Could be.
One thing that I do want to talk about, so we went to the bar the other night, a couple weeks ago, and we had a drink, and then we were just had some wings or something, and then there was a couple. We were sitting like at the bar at the bowling alley over here, and there was a couple kind of sitting in the corner, and we were talking to the bartender, saying something, and the the guy like commented on what we were talking about. And so I started talking to the guy for a minute, and turns out that he's like on the city council here. Mm-hmm. And he was talking about like zoning and shit like that. And somehow we started talking about, I mentioned something about like aliens, or until the aliens come or whatever. And he's like, oh yeah, I know all about aliens. He's like, I just retired from Dugway.
Oh.
I was like, really? And so I was like, he's like, yeah, there's, I was like, yeah, I know all about Dugway, you know, allegations and stuff. I was like, in fact, I have a podcast. Me and my buddy have a podcast. We've done episodes on Dugway and how it's Area 52. And he's like, oh yeah, most people don't even know what Dugway is. Mm-hmm. Talking about it a little bit, I was like, hold that thought, man. I want to come back and talk to you. I got to go take a piss, though. Went to the bathroom, came back out, and they were gone. And I was like, dude, where did they go? And he was like, as soon as I got up and left, the guy's wife like stood up and grabbed him and pulled him out.
Oh, shit.
So I was like, that's fucking weird, man. But he was like a little bit drunk. Mm-hmm. You could tell he was kind of drunk.
So she was being the smart one.
So she was like, I think she was getting him out of there so that he wouldn't say shit that he wasn't supposed to say.
Interesting. Like, do you want to lose your clearance, babe? Let's go.
Yeah.
That's not even the first time that's happened to you.
No.
Like tertiarily running into somebody who worked at Dugway. You told me another story about a year ago about that.
He was over at where Kara works at, when we were just having lunch. I didn't actually talk to this guy. He was just having a conversation with somebody else, which was weird because it seemed like, I don't know, maybe I'm the weird one because I always just kind of watch people, especially when we go out to eat. Mm-hmm. Kara and I will do that, and we'll just sit there and talk about random people. But he was having a conversation, like the guy came in, so it was an older guy who was there, and he was sitting by himself, and then this other guy came in, and like the guy stood up, shook his hand, and they kind of talked for a minute and then sat down. So it looked like they didn't really know each other, like they were just meeting. Mm-hmm. And then, but like overhearing, he was talking about how he worked for Dugway, and he was like a security person for Dugway, and I was trying to listen into what he was talking about.
Kara, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, hold. But it seemed like he was almost like giving a report of like what he was doing there or something. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It was weird.
You know, and that's funny you mentioned that, because just this morning driving out to Tooele, I was thinking about the underground tunnel thing in Tooele again. And I thought, you know, with the proximity of Kennecott and the kind of the way the Oakers wrap around that way, it's like that would make absolute perfect sense to have an underground tunnel system there, because especially in more South Tooele, because you have to move that dirt out. It has to go somewhere. What better way than to track it through an open pit mine, the largest open pit mine in the world, I believe. It's either one or two.
Yeah.
So wouldn't it be so easy to track the dirt out from that tunnel system to put it in the haul trucks and take it somewhere else?
Makes sense.
And, you know, that's where probably a lot of people who work at Dugway live, out in Tooele.
Yeah, I think it's probably why I keep running into people who have like stories about Dugway and like have worked there. In fact, Kara got approached to work there.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that.
Some lady. But I had thought it was just a weird thing that I should share with you. I was actually going to tell you the day after, but I totally forgot until just right now.
Yeah, I'm working on the car. Precedence there.
Yeah, we, I guess we should say it now that we are mechanics, master mechanics.
Fucking doctor of mechanics, man. Fucking just keep adding that resume.
Yeah, I got in the car and was driving it. Like I drove it the next set of shifts to work, and then the check engine light came back on. I was like, fuck. So I ran the code on it, and it was that cylinder 2 again, misfiring. So I was like, okay, I've changed the spark plug, I've changed the fucking gaskets, I've changed the ignition coil. The only thing left in that thing to do is the
connector
injector. So I was like, fuck. Had to take it all the way apart again. Not the caps off of there, but like that whole section. Had to take that apart and take the fuel rail off to get to the injectors. But replace that one injector.
Perfect,
dude.
I dig it. Yeah, it is crazy to think that Dugaway is literally just like right fucking there, and the people who work there live right here in this area, and there's probably people within a 1 mile radius of us right now who know the truth about aliens.
Yeah.
And I just want to know which houses they are so I can go talk to them.
Yeah. We could go door to door.
Yeah.
Excuse me, we're with Dave-inci's code. We're just, where do you work?
Just see how many times we get a gun pointed at us.
Probably a lot.
Probably.
This is the town for it.
Yeah. It is also very fascinating to me that people really don't know a lot about Dugway. Or shit, even Dulce for that matter, that it's, the zeitgeist is just Area 51. Mm-hmm. And it's, like we've talked about a bunch of times, the smartest thing they could do would be to move all that shit they have out of Area 51 into these other places. They don't
Like
have
they
the scrutiny,
have done. Well, yeah, move everything out and then put all of the information that we get out, gets put out, is about Area 51. So it's like everybody's focused on Area 51 so that all these other places can operate still without being looked at.
Yeah, it's that soft disclosure, seed of doubt kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like where even the government says, yeah, Area 51, Groom Lake, S4 is a real place, but there's nothing there. It's just, an Air Force base.
Yeah.
Which you could totally be now.
Probably is.
And now they're not lying.
Yeah.
But for the last, 40 years, they were.
Yeah.
Well, longer than that, but...
So I wonder how long it's going to take to get information on these other dumbs and establish military bases that are concealed of just being like a Air Force base or just like a landing strip or like a place where they make PPE for the fucking military. Sure.
I saw a pretty convincing TikTok this morning. This guy was using his night vision goggles along with his spotter scope, and he was like looking out over this field that Lockheed owns. It was either Lockheed or Northrop Grumman. But yeah, there's like this aircraft of some kind. It's kind of shaped like a helicopter, but there's no movement on it. So it's like a stationary helicopter up in the sky, and it has this beam that's shooting down on the ground. It was very convincing. I should have sent it to you. I'm sure I'll come across it again. But I was like, yep. At that point, they're not even hiding it. If a civilian can get close enough with a store-bought spotter scope, they're not hiding shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could take that shit out into the Nevada desert where there's no civilian population for 100 miles and do it there, but they're not.
Yeah.
They just don't care anymore.
Yeah, the technology that they have right now that they're probably using to make all sorts of different shit that we probably can't even imagine. Like,
no, I mean, you look at the Disclosure Task Force with Anna Paulina Luna, I think that's her name, where she talks about even the stuff that they have been able to see is pretty much based in like different dimensional travel and interdimensional beings and things like that. And she's just a congresswoman.
yeah.
And so imagine what they're really hiding from her.
Yeah.
And if she knows that much, that it's like, we're only scratching the surface. It's just the tip right now.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. If disclosure ever really happens, I don't think the collapse of society, as they talk about, will come from like religious downfalls. It'll come from the fact that there's technologies we cannot wrap our minds around.
Yeah, I think that we're past the point of just getting the tip on disclosure. Like, give us some shaft, baby.
Yeah, just a couple inches.
We're ready. We can take it.
We don't need lube. Just go.
Just spit on it. Fucking give it to us.
Yeah.
No, I think that so many people, just regular people, already like think about or know about aliens being a real thing, and it's such a popular thing or a pop cultural phenomenon that like most people are aware of it, and most people for the most part accept that it's a real possibility. Like, we're past the point of like just dating the idea of
we're pretty married to it at this point.
Yeah.
Not just us or conspiracy theorists as a whole, but the general populace. I don't know anybody personally who's actually afraid of the idea of aliens.
Me neither.
But I think a lot of it just comes from our relationship with it in pop culture. In the same way we look at like paranormal stuff, we think about it as scary or evil, and it's like, that's not really what it is. We just don't understand it. It doesn't mean it's evil or malevolent. It just means we don't have the breadth of concept for it.
Right.
Is really all it is.
Right. Yeah, and that's why I thought that when I sent you, I told you to watch that documentary.
Dude, that was so fucking good.
Yeah. I can't remember the Haunted Lodge. Haunted Lodge, yeah. And it's on Prime. And it totally caught me off guard because I was just, I watch like all these paranormal documentaries, and there's like probably 50, probably more than that, hundreds of videos that are captioned like haunted road or haunted whatever. And so there was just a video that I was watching, and starts out as an average paranormal investigation video, and then all of a sudden takes a turn into like something that I was definitely not expecting.
No, and I'm really glad you didn't tell me what it was, because when you were like, did you get to the part with the medium? And I was like, ooh, something's going to happen. You're like, yeah, there was a twist I wasn't expecting. My mind immediately went to like, oh, maybe there's going to be some kind of like real tangible evidence of paranormal, or it's going to have like the strangest backstory you've ever heard of. I did not expect it to be fucking aliens.
Yeah.
And so when she was talking about, oh, they're aliens. Wait, what? That makes perfect fucking sense.
Well, I was watching it, and then I got up and I was doing something in the kitchen, and then Kara was sitting there just kind of scrolling on her phone because she thinks those shows are kind of boring. And
I have to agree to a large part.
And so I came and sat back down, and so I'd missed like maybe 5 or 6 minutes of the introduction of this psychic medium lady and what she was doing. And so I was like watching it, trying to catch up, like, and Kara's like, so what, now they're alien ghosts? And I was like, no, I don't think so. And then like she started talking more about aliens. I was like, what? Wait, what? And I had to rewind the whole thing back to the beginning of that part, and I was like, oh yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
See, I was having a hard time with the medium at first, because like her predictions in the car, and like, oh, I drew this sketch and blah blah blah. I was like, it's too neat.
Yeah.
The package is just too tidy for me. And then she was talking about the aliens. Okay, changed my mind. I believe her.
Yeah. And then they go out into the field and they're watching those things almost akin to the the Bledsoe stuff. Chris Bledsoe.
Yeah. And the orbs and shit,
yeah.
The little light orbs was like, why? No, hold on. Don't fucking cut back to them. I don't want to see them. I want to see that.
Yeah.
Like, just seeing the lights pop up And like my mind is immediately reeling, okay, how could you fake this? Could it be a lightning bug? Could it be this? Could it be that? And it was too consistent and too on the nose of what she was predicting was going to happen.
Right.
For it to be fake to me.
Yeah.
God damn, that was good.
Yeah. So if you're interested, go and check out that documentary. It's pretty good. Definitely not a typical like paranormal video.
Yeah, because I struggle watching paranormal shows anymore.
Yeah.
Because they all feel like the same thing.
Yeah.
And I over the weekend I had turned on the Holzer Files and I fell asleep to that. I woke up to it a few times and I'd watch it for a little bit and fall back asleep. And even that kind of fits a lot of like the prototype of every other ghost hunting show. It's still better than the rest, but still has all the same flavor. Mm-hmm. And I think part of that is like having listened to Dave Schrader talk in person versus seeing who he is on the show. It's like, no, I don't want this version. I want that version. I want the funny guy.
Yeah.
Like that would make this show 50 times better.
Yeah. Be yourself on that show. Don't be the character that you've created in this atmosphere of ghost hunting.
And I get that's what they wanted from him, but it's like he should have just been like, no, fuck that, I'm going to do me, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that's the number one problem I have with paranormal shows is for one, they all take themselves way too fucking seriously all the time. Every little thing happens, it's either like evil or malevolent or they just panic about it. And having been in the presence of so many paranormal happenings, I don't freak out about it. I don't like, oh, did you hear that? It's like, whoa, did you hear that? That was cool, you know? So I would rather see these shows with real people in them.
Yeah.
Not just the cartoon versions of them.
Or the YouTube version of like the YouTube ghost hunter freaking out about fucking the wind moving a door or something.
Yeah. Well, I had heard something about, what are those two guys? Zach and Cody, or is that their names? Not the twins.
That's either the Sweet Life or I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, those other two guys, they're like the most popular YouTube ghost hunters.
Yeah.
And one of them recently came out and said, all of that shit's fake.
Really?
Yeah. So you can expect their channel to just disappear.
Yeah. Maybe they're doing alien stuff now.
Doesn't matter. They lost credibility. If you'll lie about that, you'll lie about that too.
True.
You know.
True.
But yeah, I don't want YouTube ghost hunting is the fucking worst.
So far.
So far. Well, like TV stuff is bad too, but I don't know. It's pretty rare to find one of those paranormal shows that's watchable.
Yeah.
And fun.
Yeah.
And I think the other problem is they keep recycling the same people into different paranormal shows. Mm-hmm. And then it's like, you could put Jason Hawes in as much as you want. It's still just Taps.
Yeah.
You could put Zach Bagans in all this different shit. It's still just Ghost Adventures.
Yeah, I've been watching this one series, and it's called My House is Haunted. It's based in England or UK.
I did see that one.
And I like the dynamic of the show because it's like a paranormal investigator. The girl on the show is a psychologist or something. Mm-hmm. And there's another guy who is an exorcist. And so it's like those three go and investigate the house together. A lot of the stuff I think is, again, probably not real for TV, but like that the area that they're in is so old and has such a vast history of like people, like recorded history that it goes back centuries, that I don't know, I feel like the possibility of all those places being haunted is super real. Of like,
absolutely.
You know, everything that's gone, medieval wars and plague and fucking weird shit that's gone on with like hunting people that were suspected to be like werewolves and vampires and all these weird things that you hear about in movies and stories and shit like that actually took place in these areas, I think is is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think that's a fun series, even though, you know, they do typical ghost hunter shit on there.
See, that's something that we've talked about differentiating is sometimes we could go to a place and do a full investigation and come out and be like, we didn't find anything, or we had these experiences, but we figured out there's a big carbon monoxide leak, and that's going to create paranoia and what do you call it? Manic episodes and things like that,
right?
Where there's an actual physiological factor of why these things are happening.
Yeah.
I think that would have so much more fruit and character as a show than just being like, oh, it's a fucking demon here, bro.
Yeah.
It's fucking demons.
Yeah. If you can test for all these things that could have a psychological effect or could have like these effects that affect your brain and your brain chemistry to be in a different state of mind, that, you know, looking at it from a consciousness point of view, I think is a whole different aspect that a lot of people skip over and just label as paranormal or ghosts or demons mostly. But like trying to understand what's actually happening to your body in these places under certain circumstances, I think should be pretty insightful. Of like, you don't have to be afraid of it, you're probably just not getting enough oxygen in your brain.
Yeah, I think that's the number one thing all these shows should go for first, is proving the absence of carbon monoxide or super high levels of electromagnetic radiation. I mean, a lot of older buildings, their drywall has that like iron sheeting inside, you know, like old school drywall did.
Yeah.
Like you're basically putting yourself in a Faraday cage of EMF. So that's automatically going to manipulate your synapses in your brain.
Yeah.
Or if you're in places that have old school radiators for heat or really old furnaces, they're going to put off a lot of carbon monoxide, which is going to do the same thing, a physiological effect on your brain that's going to create a different psychological effect.
Right.
Disprove those first and then go on with the paranormal stuff. But since you said, you know, brought up the idea of consciousness and that effect, I've been kind of tooling around with this idea that your consciousness is putting you in a closer affectation of paranormal activity. So for myself, having been working on remote viewing and astral projection and learning the things I've learned, but all these paranormal things keep happening in my vicinity, I kind of wonder if those two are just interrelated. Like the veil is just thinner around me.
Yeah.
Because of the things I'm working on. You know what I mean?
Oh, I think so. I think that, like we've talked about before, is like you're changing your tuning, you're changing the reception of what you are open to receiving, both like visually, physically, and energetically. Like you're changing that whole frequency so that you're widening your bandwidth.
Yeah.
Just by doing these exercises in like remote viewing and meditation even, especially if you're doing it at your house, you're kind of training your brain to be more open. So I think that definitely,
for sure, well, and I think part of that is just manifestation of you have to become the thing that is able to receive the thing you want. So I have to become more attuned to accept paranormal things to happen, and therefore they happen. So they just go hand in hand between consciousness and paranormal activity. Now that really begs a question: is paranormal activity what we think it is, or is it something else entirely? Is it a transcendence of dimensions? Is it a transcendence of different forms of reality? Is it like we live here in the fourth dimension? Am I tapping into something that's fifth dimensional? Or is it something that my mind is creating because I am outputting more energy?
Maybe.
So it's just something I've been tooling around with.
Yeah. And that I think that is what Chris Bledsoe is actually talking about. And of course, he's talking about it in the vein of like extraterrestrials, but in his mind, he talks about them as being angels. Mm-hmm. And so like he'll manifest orbs and stuff in the sky, but people say they're UAPs, they're UFOs or whatever, but he describes them as angels, and he says that they are entities that are coming from another dimension, because he's welcoming them, opening himself up energetically to welcome them into the space of like being seen. And
yeah,
so I think that it's the same thing. I think that it's the same thing, like what we're talking about now. And we talked about it in that video where they're seeing those light anomalies. Are they really what do we say, that they're these things that are coming through from another dimension, and the energy that's produced while crossing through there creates like a visual rip in the tear of like space-time, or like the energy is shown in a streak of light or whatever.
Yeah, because there has to be, for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction, where traveling through the fabric of space-time would create some kind of chemical or electrical reaction that would be visible in multiple spectrums.
Yeah.
So it makes sense to me. One of his other predictions is when Iran and Israel exchange missiles, the orbs will show up, stop it from happening, and awaken everybody. So maybe that's what's going to happen on Easter.
Maybe.
And there's just going to be one big orb, and it's going to be a white guy with a beard. And he's like, I am the Messiah.
I was here before I left to go to space real quick. And,
Last time I was here for like 3 days, and I needed a break. You guys are too much.
Now I see these missiles flying. I don't think it's very kosher, peeps.
He's like, also, can we stop with the pedophilia? I'm like, seriously?
Actually, let me just go through zap, 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 zap.
Anybody else want to do it? Okay, cool.
That'd be cool.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Unless he would, he did all that. He's like, oh, by the way, I hate to tell you guys this, eating steak is a sin. Then I'd be like, go back to where you came from, fucko.
I don't see steak as being sinful at all.
Have you seen all the shit that's going on in Ohio?
No.
So there was, essentially it was an airburst meteor.
Really?
Yeah. They said it was 6 or 7 tons, but it streaked over the sky, and it popped over the sky of Ohio. Keep in mind, I've only gotten bits and pieces of this, because it's like a lot of the stories about it you're hearing from like people on social media, and everybody's putting their own little spin on it. But like this happened, and then not far from there, I think it's like southeast of there, all these people are seeing Bigfoot. Tons and tons of sightings. In fact, I saw some videos, and I was like, this is pretty legit. Like, I'm having a hard time discrediting these. Some of them are like, you see the Bigfoot just walking across the field, and he's walking like, what's her name? Mariel, you know what I'm talking about.
Like the
doctor.
Original Bigfoot?
No, the doctor from the show.
Yeah.
They walk the way she describes a Bigfoot would walk. And it's really interesting. And then there's people, making joke videos out there, like there's a Bigfoot dancing to All Star by Smash Mouth, and you're like, God damn it, that's funny, but I want the real stuff right now.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of that stuff.
Yeah, this has just been in the last couple days. But the videos are worth checking out. And it's, you know how with the Patterson video, like, it's pretty easy to say that one's fake. There's so much evidence to support it, but some of these other ones, I'm like, that's pretty good if it's fake.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to look into that. I'm a Bigfoot guy, dude. But my consumption of social media the last couple of days has been Red Shoes and Palisade, or what is it? Bayside.
Bayside Mall, yeah.
I think it's really weird how this whole algorithm thing works. Like, my feed will be something, and to me, it's like everybody is aware of this, like, because it's such a big thing across my social media feed. And then, like, I'll talk to Stitch about something, and he's like, "Oh, I haven't heard anything about that." I was like, "You live in fucking Tooele or something? You live under a rock?
You live above one of those fucking tunnels,
Yeah.
dummy."
So I think it's just really bizarre how we, as people who consume social media, get pigeonholed into these things that are like we're probably interested in because we're consuming the social media, the videos that are coming out. But like, everybody has their own little
Niches.
things, niches that they know about or like are getting fed. It's just strange to me.
It is strange. I've been paying a lot more attention to it lately than before, because I've been kind of running these little manifestation experiments, right? And so I found the times where my algorithm shows me shit I really don't want to see, and I find myself just endlessly scrolling. That's time for me to stop. Put your phone down, do something else. And then there's times I go on there and I don't have any particular thing that I want to see or pay attention to. I'll get put right into a rabbit hole of something. And case in point is this Ohio shit. I got on my phone the other day and it was just like, I'm going to scroll TikTok for a minute, just feeling drawn to do it. Pick up my phone and I'm getting all this Ohio stuff. Like, ooh, keep it coming. And then sometimes when I feel like I'm just doom scrolling because I'm bored and I just want to consume something stupid, I get all this alpha male shit, right? And then there's times where I'm kind of feeling my emotions and, letting things pass through me in a way. And then I get fed like all of this Carl Jung and Alan Watts stuff. And it's very consistent on each of those scrolls. So it's been kind of a fun little experiment to see, like, to measure my mood and what I'm thinking about, and then go scroll and see what it is. Because I don't think our phones are like reading our brains. I think that really is just a keyframe of manifestation. What you put out and what you're willing to receive is what you'll get, as long as they're aligned together.
Yeah. Actually, come to think of it now, most of my feed has been people working on cars.
See?
But I've like YouTubed probably 50 or 60 different videos on how to do shit like on a car. So that could just be feeding into my profiles that like, ooh, this guy's interested in working on cars.
It's very well explainable with that. But it could also be that you worked on a car, you felt accomplished, and you kind of want more of that, like, dopamine you got from it.
Yeah. You know what is also weird that I noticed? That, like, people who enjoy working on cars usually drive Fords.
There's a direct parallel there that has nothing to do with manifestation. It's because Fords suck.
Yeah.
Bro, check out my Fox body Mustang. Listen to this rev.
No, I say that because my next project is working on that excursion, which blew a fucking spark plug. So it's been sitting there for like 2 years now because I was just like, I don't know what the fuck to do. I think the engine is blown. I guess it's a thing that Ford sucks at making this Triton motor. And so when they made the engine, the part where you screw the spark plug into, there's only 3 threads that hold the spark plug in. So they have it like it's a thing where they blow out, just rip threads off of that. So I have to retap threads for it and insert like a little sleeve that goes inside there, and then the thing screws into that. So
I know I've changed spark plugs a few times. The worst one was on my ex's F-150 because the well to get to them is like that deep. And she was adamant she was going to do it herself.
Yeah, that's like fucking 18 inches.
But she ended up breaking the porcelain on one of them. And there's like there's a recess at the bottom. So it's like cupped right in there. There's no fucking space to get it. So I'm taking like some paint sticks and I'm trying to cut them down to size. And then I'm like sticking duct tape on it, reverse, and then taping that tape on there and trying to like poke it and pull it out. And it took literally like 2 hours to get all the fragments of this fucking spark plug out of there.
Yeah.
And they were torqued in there super tight, but yeah, a super small amount of threads. One of them, she had busted torquing it down, so I had to go get another one. It's like, God, this sucks, man.
Yeah.
Fucking Fords.
Car stuff is dumb. It is kind of rewarding, though.
It's like working out. You don't want to do it, and then when you're done, you're like, yeah, I'm glad I did it.
Yeah. Yeah, I had Izzy help me change the brakes on her on the Altima the other day. Saturday. So I did, yeah. I've been working on car shit for like fucking 3 weeks now.
No, I got to do my brakes too, and it sounds terrible. Fortunately,
if you want to get him, I'll help you.
Well, my dad's a mechanic and he's got all the shit in the back of his work truck, so we'll probably just tackle a whole axle at a time and be done in like 2 hours.
Yeah.
I just got to spend, $300 fucking dollars to get brake pads and rotors.
Yeah.
Tight.
That is tight.
Not really.
Not really.
No, it's the other thing with manifestation I was going to bring up is this probably happens to you just like it probably happens to everybody. You ever think of a movie or a scene from a movie, and then within like 2 to 3 days, that'll pop up in your social media feed? Mm-hmm. Just like that. It is our own subconscious manifestation creating that reality for us.
I got to make a vision board, dude. I think that's an experiment that I'm going to try now. Make a vision board of stuff to manifest. See how it works. Even if it's just on social media.
Start small. Proof of concept and then go bigger.
Yeah.
I found for me, my instincts are usually correct about just about everything. And then when it happens, I stop considering it fate and I start thinking it's manifestation. My instinct told me this is what X, Y, or Z should be or what I want it to be. And then you put that out into reality and you create it for yourself.
Yeah.
I genuinely believe it.
Yeah. Do you have a vision board?
I do not.
You keep a journal?
I don't, but I should. I mean, like the first 10 lines would be like blowjob, but...
BJ, hand, HJ, FJ.
BS. I really should try that. Because I'm not like a goal person to where I put out like, okay, these are the goals I want to accomplish. I do typically think kind of short term or in terms of like projects. I don't want to take on projects that are going to take 5 or 10 years of my life. I want to take on a project that'll take me 6 or 8 months or something.
Yeah.
So that I can accomplish that and move on to the next one. Because I always have a bad habit of I accomplish one thing and then I'll ride that high for a long time and not pursue anything else and just kind of tell myself, look at this thing I did. Look how, you did that 7 years ago. It's time to move the fuck on. So that's kind of why I try to have shorter term goals like that.
Yeah. Maybe breaking, isn't that what they say? Like the goal of like a lot of people we'll make these big goals, but not break it down into like these smaller chunks of like this goal to this goal to this goal to this goal to this bigger thing that they're working towards. Maybe that has to be part of it. That's should be part of it, I guess.
I think so. I mean, I think about like my goal of wanting to make short films, right? I can give myself my entire life and I will never make one that is perfect, ever. No matter what, you'll always find something that you're unhappy with or whatever. Instead, break it into smaller chunks to where I can follow it from one step at a time, okay? I'm gonna write this movie. That's step one, okay? I got a draft. Now I'm gonna send it off to a few people to review. And then I'm gonna take their criticism and I'm gonna make another draft. And I gotta go through that a few times. And then I have step 1 through 5 is done. Draft 1 to complete draft. Cool, that's a big chunk of that is done. Now step 2 is like the cinematography aspect of it, scouting a location, casting people in it, getting all the pre-production stuff done. All right, cool, that's another big thing that's done. Step 3 is the production, go out and film it, go shoot it, go do edits and recuts and all that. And then the next step is to edit it and then put it out. Like, so it is a series of steps to get to one end goal. And in that end goal, I, for myself, have to accept it's never, ever going to be absolutely perfect. Put it out the best you can and then move on to your next one.
Yeah.
So that's the way I have to break it down. Because if I go like, this is my starting point, my end goal is way the fuck over there, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
It's like running on a track versus running a straight line. That straight line, you're going to go, God, that is so fucking far away. I don't want to do that. But running on a track, you're just in circles. And then you go, oh shit, I finished. I did my 3 laps. I'm good. So it's just the way you put it into your own perspective of the way you are going to respond to it the best. I'm not a long-term thinking person.
Yeah, me neither. I can hardly think about like what I'm going to do for the rest of the day today.
Yeah, like I have my day planned out until I pick up my kid from school. After that, it's like, it's up in there.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll doom scroll and see if I can manifest something.
Manifest that HJ. Not from the kids at the school. Just saying.
That one kid with the red shoes might be down with it. Sick little bastard.
Sick fuck.
I don't care that you're 6. Red shoes, the devil.
Maybe that's what it is. You just got to look for some gal wearing red shoes to do some wild stuff with you.
I mean, I'm not going to put any arbitrary lines on what color her footwear is, but if that's the ticket to guarantee go for it, sure.
Yeah, she'll invite you over for dinner.
God, this meat is so tender.
Oh yeah, that's Susan.
I'm pretty sure his name was Jacob. I don't know. Is this like chicken? These bones are so little.
The other white meat. No, that's another one. Baby, that's what's for dinner.
I ate all baby.
And what's his name? That guy?
Mike Myers?
Mike Myers. Like, he's talking about the secret societies. Pantaveret.
The Gettys. The Rothschilds. Sean Connery's
And he's got
birthday.
another guy that's talking about eating babies. What does Mike Myers know? And his name is Mike Myers, the guy that kills teens.
Yeah. Now I'm going to be racking my brain later. Like, where's the significant shit in Wayne's World?
Yeah.
Like, where's the nod to the sick shit?
Yeah. I mean, he does talk about the shady shit getting into the music industry.
I got it. When he makes the joke about Chinese food, the cream of some young guy.
What's going on with Mike Myers?
Mike Myers, you sick bitch. Changed my mind. I don't want any more fucking Shrek movies. God, people are so awful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway.
Did you ever watch that show on Netflix, the Pantaveret?
Oh, I didn't.
No.
Is it decent?
I don't know. I was expecting it to be more funny, but I don't know. It's about like the secret society, the Pantaveret that he talks about in So I Married an Axe Murderer, and like a secret agent infiltrating this secret society.
Oh my God! It's like we just talked about that.
Yeah.
Only with an actor.
Yeah.
See, I guess we can't do the copyright on it. Somebody already did it.
I can't remember what the guy, he might have been. Yeah, I don't know. It's been a while since I watched it, and it wasn't that great. But
did you watch that Into the Manosphere documentary?
No, not yet. When you asked me about it, I had seen it on there, and I was going to watch it one night, but I was like, I can't take this right now, dude.
It's funny because the way I get sucked into it is got to be like akin to the way someone will watch like the Real Housewives of Salt Lake or something, you know, because it's extremely low end entertainment. But I was really racking my brain about it last night because I watched a bunch of shit about it yesterday. I never watched their content. I watch other people talking shit about them.
Yeah.
And I think that's the part that I enjoy is because these people are fucking clowns, right? They'll tell these outlandish stories and they lie about literally everything. And I'm fascinated by that because how can you be so delusional that you can tell these outright lies about literally everything and then think that you're just the coolest dude? It's because that's so polar opposite of my own perspective. It's intriguing to me. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized, like, no, what I really want to do is I want to make content about this where I basically take these guys and I want to do skits where I pretend to be them in normal situations because I think it would be hilarious. Yeah. Like, do you know who Ben Azule is?
No.
He's my favorite because he's the most full of shit. He has like 92 different backstories, and it's actually funny because he's a convicted sex offender, but he acts like he's this great, amazing alpha, and he is the Messiah, and yeah, it's so fucking funny. Yeah. But yeah, I'm pretty sure the Messiah is not a sex offender, but far be it for me to tell you how to suck eggs, I guess. But I want to make like jokes about him where I could pretend to be him in a normal situation, like checking out at Walmart, you know, how's your day been? Oh, I got up and I did 18,000 reps of bench press for 4,000 pounds every rep, and you know, or like have a Wes Watson freak out about the simplest shit. My fucking shoe came untied, fuck! And I think that would be so much fun. I just haven't figured out how to like conceptualize it to make it palatable to where it's not just me talking shit about these people.
Yeah.
But the documentary is not like the most intriguing, in-depth look at the whole manosphere. In fact, I think if anything else, it's the nail in the coffin that finally shuts the door on that. Like it's dead. But he talks to some of these alpha male influencers. Like one of them is Myron from Fresh and Fit. Have you never listened to Fresh and Fit? It is the dumbest fucking podcast in the world. Where it's these two.
I might have heard it before.
Yeah, one of them is like a tall, skinny. I think he might be Middle Eastern. He might be black. It's hard to tell. And then the other guy's like a shorter black dude, and they both think that they're God's gift.
Okay, yeah, I know who they are.
Yeah, and they'll bring women on just to like
bash them
and treat them like dog shit.
Yeah.
But like the guy doing the documentary, he's talking to Myron, and Myron is saying like, yeah, I have a girlfriend and she's okay with me banging all these women and all this. And he's like, eventually I'm going to have her as my wife, and then I'm going to have like 4 other wives, and saying all this stupid shit, right? And then his girlfriend walks in and he's trying to like shoo her away. And the documentarian, Louis Theroux, I think his name is, he's like, no, come here. I want to, ask you a couple of questions. And then he's like, how do you feel about Myron having multiple wives? She's like, oh, I'm not cool with that. And then Myron's like, yeah, just go in the other room. And it's fucking hilarious. And then he tries to like backpedal all the shit he just said. But all these alpha males, they all do the same thing, and they all instinctively think this dude is trying to create hit pieces on him, and he's not. They do it themselves.
Yeah.
And it's fucking funny as shit.
Yeah.
But it really is like the end point for the red pill manosphere culture, and thank God.
I kind of wonder, like, how much of these manosphere guys are in the process of trying to manifest themselves into these things that they talk about. Like, I know half of it is like mentality is key. So it's like, if you put yourself in the mentality that I am this badass thing, that person image, then I will eventually become this thing. And they just let that overtake their whole personality, and then all of a sudden they're saying all this wild shit that they do, and they start believing their own lies.
I think a lot of them genuinely do. I think a lot of them have like BPD or something, or some kind of paranoid schizophrenic psychiatric breakdown in their mind where they are this different person that they are not.
Yeah.
Especially with like Ben Azule talking about all of his different backstories. Yeah, when I was 13, I got jumped by 30 dudes and they couldn't take me. Or I worked for the Russian mafia, or I was in a counterterrorism unit for 10 years. And legit, his stories are fucking outlandish. And it's hilarious because you're looking at him and you're going, this dude believes this shit. It's bonkers.
Yeah.
And he talks about, I am the single greatest fighter in the world. Bitch, I've never seen you fight nobody. Huh. He's one of those people, if we had him on the podcast and he started talking like that, it'd be like, let's fight right now, you and I.
I just got to see. I don't care if I get my ass kicked.
I don't think that's the way it's going to go. But, well, I think maybe part of it is because all of them are on fucking steroids.
Yeah.
That it fucks with their psyche.
Yeah. I can't imagine taking something like that and expecting to operate normally, like a normal person with that, like those extra hormones coursing through your veins. I know how much testosterone and like just being a normal teenage kid fucked with my brain. Like,
oh yeah.
You know, can't imagine taking a huge dose of that and then thinking that like my brain is functioning properly.
Yeah. Well, there's one of them I was looking into yesterday, and it was really kind of a heartbreaking story. This kid, I think he's like 18 or 19. His name is like Clavicular. But he's this looks maxing influencer. Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
I only learned this yesterday, where he's doing all these different things to try to looks max. And one of them is he's been taking testosterone since he was like 13. And his body can't even produce it anymore. He is completely infertile. He was taking meth to keep his face tight. He's looking at a $35,000 surgery to get a new jawline and shit. That one I'd be down with. I'd love to have a nice square jaw. It's not going to happen. But it's sad to watch these people that they're so broken mentally that they become these characters to try to compensate for who they really are not.
Yeah.
It's kind of scary.
It is, and that's something that's being perpetuated on social media all the time. Like, how much influence people put on like looks or like, I don't know. Just, dude, be whoever you are. Just be that person.
I think if you are a genuinely good person and you have a wonderful personality, whatever your looks are, you can get a +2.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm a solid 4.
Me too. Solid 4 inches.
Wow, dude. Got fucking double what I got.
I'm saying that's when it's solid.
No. Yeah, I got the reverse problem. It's 10 inches soft and 2 inches hard. Contraction is a real bitch. No, dude, I can confidently say I've got 10 inches if I start counting right here.
Yeah. I start from the top of my butt crack all the way around to the front.
I start from the middle of my lower intestine. That's really where it starts, bro.
Where does my pubic hair start? Here.
Well, yeah, technically it's on my belly. So if I start counting here, and then I stop counting where the end of it is, and I go back 2 inches, that's where it's at.
Yeah. that's one thing we can talk about too. Manscaping. Different direction. Do you manscape?
I do. Even though there's nobody looking in that particular direction, but I think manscaping goes beyond just your pubic region. You know, the back of my neck gets hairy, back gets hairy, neck, cheeks, and everything else. I think it's all part of the same paradigm.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah, more so recently. So when we did the Summer Ween, Macho Man Randy Savage ended up shaving my chest. And I liked the feel of it, and so I started like trimming my chest hair. You know, I've always like kind of done my shoulders and the back of my arms because I get this weird patch of hair right here, just right here.
Yeah.
So I've been always like shaved that, but like started like shaving my chest, and so Kara was like, "Well, I'll wax that for you if you want me to." And so like a month ago, it was the first time I ever had my chest waxed, and that fucking sucks.
Oh, I'm sure.
But it actually feels pretty nice and stays pretty well maintained for quite a while.
Yeah. I remember being in my late 20s and I was in pretty good shape, and you could see my abs, you could see that I actually had some, and I thought, you know, it'd be cool, it's just, and they buzzed all that off, and I was like, shit, dude, that actually like suits my physique. I haven't done it since because I've been chunky.
Yeah, I've been thinking about cutting just belly hair abs into my, so it looks like abs.
Yeah, dude.
Shading, dude, contouring.
Just take the grill off your barbecue and hold it there and just go right between the lines. Let the hair be the definition.
Damn, you got a 24-pack. Yeah. Used to be a keg.
Yeah, dude, I've been body doubling as Alan Richardson on Reacher, so.
That guy, holy shit, man. He does some gym stuff, I guess.
He's pretty yoked. I actually saw a clip of him this morning beating the shit out of some guy in his front yard.
Like a real?
Yeah, like a real thing.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't look too deeply into it. I couldn't even tell it was him. I looked at the caption. It was like, Alan Richardson thinks he really is Reacher, and he's like punching this dude in the face. Oh, okay.
Yeah, maybe he deserved it.
Could have.
Who knows?
Richardson seems like a really nice guy.
Yeah.
Did you watch that movie he just did, War Machine?
I haven't seen it.
Huge piece of shit.
Really?
It's so bad.
Oh.
It's I don't know. I wanted to like it. It's just not good.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
Well, the last movie I saw with him in it was that like World War II movie.
Oh, The Ministry for Ungentlemanly Warfare?
Yeah.
He was so fucking good in that. Yeah. Carved the dude's heart out.
Yeah. He was like a fucking monster in that movie. Makes that Superman guy look super small.
Dude, right? And Henry Cavill's a big guy.
Yeah.
He's bigger than I am. But yeah, he looks fucking tiny compared to Richardson.
Yeah. Look at this puny guy. Puny Superman.
You're Superman?
Anyways, just thought I'd have to share that whole waxing situation. It's about time I need to do it again, but it hurts.
Got the little pricklies?
Yeah.
Have you seen that hair removal spray?
I've seen some stuff on like TikTok, but
yeah, I've seen it on there too. Like this dude with a decently hairy back, and this lady just fucking coats it and then takes this tool and just scrapes all the hair off. Like that. That's cool.
Yeah, I could use that. I could do my back. I just have like weird patches of hair.
I do too, like up the lats and across the shoulders.
Yeah, the joys of getting older. You just like sprout hair in weird places. Got hair coming out of your ears and nostrils and shit.
Yeah, dude. Every time I clean up, dude, I take those clippers around the ears. And
that is one thing I would highly recommend is waxing your nostrils.
I've always wanted to.
Oh man, it actually doesn't hurt as bad as you would think. But like, first time I ever did it, I actually have to do it again soon. But the first time I did it, like I ripped them out, and it's like a fucking bumblebee on the end of the stick, just like fur everywhere. But like, I felt like I could breathe for the first time, like, oh my gosh, that's what breathing feels like? That's amazing.
Pure oxygen.
Would recommend, totally recommend. Just try it.
I've always been worried too, because I get a bloody nose so fucking easy that it's like I'm worried if I do that, I'm just going to start gushing blood. It's just an innate fear. It's stupid. I remember when I was younger, I was watching a talk show and Jerry O'Connell was talking about he had to take like pills and Rogaine and shit to grow a mustache for a movie. And then he's like, it was gross. I got hair on my back and stuff. And then somebody was like, you have hair on your back? And it like stigmatized having hair on your back for me at such a young age that I kind of grew up thinking it's gross. And then like sometime in my mid 30s, I was like, I'm a fucking grown ass dude. I got hair on my back. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Granted, I have this super handy dandy tool that I keep in the shower. You just fucking takes it right off.
Really?
Yeah.
Just like a razor on a stick?
Pretty much. It has like 2 safety razors, so no matter what angle you hit it at, you can't cut yourself. But yeah, it's like after I washed my hair and like I have the soap running down my back, just fucking clean it right up, dude.
Interesting. Yeah, I've never actually shaved my back, but I also have really dark body hair, like black, and so it just looks weird against my white ass back. Long black hairs. It's hot.
That's super hot.
It is hot.
That's fucking Burt Reynolds hot.
Yeah. I wish if I had like if it was fully furry, like what's his name, Magnum PI, like he's got this like super hairy chest. I would just leave it. Mine is so sporadic that it just looks weird.
That's what mine is. I just have like one sheet of hair up here, and then it's like a bald horseshoe, and then hair right across the belly.
Nice.
It's manly.
Yeah.
If I wasn't so chunky. But it's kind of weird too, like my arms, I have hairy arms up until here, and then it's all bald.
Huh.
Or even my legs, like I have hair that, because my pants or even my coveralls rub, I have a couple spots that are bald.
Yeah.
And then it's like, I'll have a hairy thigh, and then nothing, and then a little bit.
You got like hair socks?
Yeah, kind of. It's like,
yeah.
Pretty much. But I also have like the tops of my feet and the tops of my toes are hairy. My knuckles are hairy.
You're just going to make it like super cool thing to be really hairy.
I think it is, man. Like,
we're going to manifest furry season. Well, I can't call it furry season.
Yeah. Man coat.
Yeah. Ooh.
Something. But you look at the dudes who were like the sex symbols from like the 60s up until, you know, like the mid 90s, like they were naturally hairy dudes, you know. You think about that awful picture of Burt Reynolds in Playgirl magazine where he's bare ass naked laying on like a bearskin rug and he's just got something covering his dong. This guy's fucking covered in hair, but that was sexy to women, you know. And in this day and age,
I have to say I've never seen that, but
gosh, I've seen it a bunch of times, dude. Like Burton Lee Reynolds, huh?
Burt Reynolds.
Gotta get that HJ. Well, I mean, you think about like growing up, you'd look at men you thought were like masculine, manly men. They were, you know, they had hairy chests and they had facial hair and everything. I think that's a thing that should come back instead of this kind of like almost metrosexual look that a lot of leading men have these days, where if they have a beard, it's very like short, trimmed, maintained, and they'll have, you know, like a nice feathery hair and shit. Like, you kind of want the man's man to come back. And I think that's where the manosphere kind of came from, is there was no more popular masculinity. So it left a vacuum for these fucking retards to jump in and take over.
Yeah.
But if we had more Tom Sellecks and Sam Elliott's and shit like that, like, we would have better role models for men.
Yeah, now that you mention it, there aren't really like those iconic like manly men in pop culture anymore.
Not really. I mean,
weird.
Look at the men these days who get idolized. Most of them are fucking cunts.
So is that like almost a psyop into training men out of being masculine? Or is that just a trend?
I think it's just it's a pendulum swing. So it starts over here, and then it'll swing one way, and then it swings back, and eventually it'll stop in the middle where it should be. So for the longest time, you had the masculine men, but they were emotionally illiterate. Didn't talk about their feelings, anything like that. You know, it's the put in your 14-hour workday and go home. You don't talk about your feelings. You don't cry about nothing, whatever. And then we swing far to the other way, where you get kind of the modern men of the last like 10 years that are kind of quite a bit more sensitive, or they're very much more open with their feelings to the point where they're kind of being a bitch, right? And now we're kind of seeing the pendulum come back to the center, where we're creating more balance as men. You think about people like you and me. We have masculine looks, but we're emotionally mature. Well, you are, I'm not, but literate enough in life to be able to look at the greater scope of things, instead of just saying like, nope, it's work hard and then drink beer and smack your wife. You know, we've found an actual center within our own reality.
Yeah, hopefully that's a trend that's being normalized nowadays. It seems like it's, you know, most of the regular people that you talk to on a day-to-day basis are just normal people who like are within that vein of like both dealing with like men having emotions, and especially with men our age that have kids and families or whatever. It seems like people are more conscious or able to talk about dealing with their feelings or dealing with all their stuff. Hopefully that's a trend that continues.
I think so, and I think that's just part of that pendulum swing, where as it comes back, it comes away from the kind of side where it's too much and we're taking it too far. Now that we're coming back, it's like we can still do this, but we have to do it reasonably. And the same it goes for kind of everything. You look at like the Me Too movement, where we went from very oppressive to like incredibly empowered, but now we're coming back to this point where, okay, we have to root out truth and justice, and we have to treat everybody fairly. You know, where it was like, even during that Me Too movement, you had men coming out like Terry Crews saying, oh, this producer grabbed my dick. But then people are still being oppressive about it, like, walk it off, champ. No, he was being assaulted. Yeah. Would you want some dude grabbing your dick? I wouldn't. No. I mean, I'd probably just smack the guy in the mouth and be like, keep your fucking hands to yourself. But that's part of the shift in coming back to the center of, you know, nobody should treat anybody like this, and if you are a victim, speak out and you will get help. You know what I mean? Yeah. So
should anyways.
Yeah. Or even through the vein of like UFOs, UAPs, and aliens, where for a long time that stuff was stigmatized. Like, you're fucking crazy if you talk about this shit. You're an idiot if you believe that's true. And it kind of swung all the way to the other side, where it was like every conspiracy theory is true. Now we're coming back to the middle, where we're having disclosure and people are able to have reasonable conversations about it without there being fear or trepidation of being labeled crazy or a conspiracy theorist. Now you're just a theorist. Now you're just questioning reality. Yeah. That's what we have solved today, is that you just got to continue to walk that center line of like, yes, there's one side that's crazy over here and there's one side that's crazy over here. So if you keep it centered, walk the line, baby. It's true. I mean, it's even people who over invest in politics, where you're one side, you're super conservative, or the other side, you're super liberal. And I think we all kind of swing back and forth as we age. But when you kind of settle down into the center, you go, both of you fuckers are assholes. Mm-hmm. Like, let's go with just logic and reason here. Yeah. So, yeah, you just stay in the center.
Stay in the center lane. That's You've heard it here first, folks. Dave-Inci's code have solved it again.
Dude, why don't you guys just start writing in shit you want us to solve? We'll just start cracking them out.
Yeah, we can do like 10, and they're pretty. We nail them out pretty quick. So
yeah, sometimes inadvertently.
Yeah,
we're just talking about shit, and then it's just like boom, 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 boom.
Yeah. All we have to do is come up with the problem and find the solution.
It's true.
Manifest
that shit. Put it out there. Yeah, I think we solved it.
Yeah.
We'll call it there, Doctor.
Doctor.
Later, Tater.
Goodbye.